Hey everybody, Gorillas Fan here. Now before I get into today's review, I want to say a few words. You know, doing these reviews gets kind of lonely. So, I did something the other day. I went to Hot Topic, and I got my very first piece of My Little Pony merchandise. And with that, say hello to Applejack. Huh? Look at her. Isn't she cute? Yep, she's going to stay right here, and she's going to be a permanent part of the show now. So, anyways, with that out of the way, let's move on to today's episode, Swarm of the Century. Now, this episode pretty much starts out in the best way any episode of My Little Pony can start out, with TFC. And what does TFC stand for? Terminal Fluttershy Cuteness. While preparing for Princess Celestia's visit, Fluttershy comes across one of the most precious, adorable bugs you will ever see on a cartoon show. And it has an appetite the size of Texas. So anyways, Fluttershy, not being grossed out by the fact that the bug can eat a whole bucket of apples, decides to keep the bug and shows it to her pony friends. Meanwhile, Twilight is doing everything in her power to make sure that Princess Celestia's visit looks perfect. And I mean down to the tiniest detail. This pony is definitely, like, OCD. Anyways, she goes over to the Sugar Cube corner to check on the pastries, and, wouldn't you know it, Pinkie Pie, calling it taste testing, is eating all of the pastries. Anyways, Fluttershy comes in and shows off the bug to her friends. But it's not one bug anymore, it's 3. Yes, these things multiply whenever they eat. Well, it's better than turning them into evil gremlins, that's for sure. Anyways, Twilight is just smitten by the cute little things, and Pinkie Pie is grossed out by them, identifies them as parasprites, and starts looking for musical instruments. This is one of the weirdest ponies ever, but hey, we've already had episodes featuring the other ponies, so I think it's Pinkie Pie's time to shine now. Anyways, the other ponies, Rarity and Rainbow Dash, get to see the cute little bugs, and they multiplied again. So, yeah, naturally all the ponies get their cute little bugs to play with. And then the next morning, there are tons of them everywhere. They're swarming Twilight's home, they're swarming everybody's home, and things are just getting out of control. This is perhaps one of the scariest things ever. Just a whole town being consumed by a whole bunch of insects. And what's worse is that the insects might ruin Princess Celestia's visit. So, the ponies try to do everything in their power to make sure that the insects don't bother anybody again. And the only person not doing anything about it is Pinkie Pie, who is still trying to find musical instruments. Still waiting for that payoff. Anyways, Twilight tries to cast a spell to command the bugs to stop eating all the food in Ponyville, but it backfires, and they decide that they're going to start eating everything that is not food. And this is bad for Rarity, definitely, because they start to eat her clothes in her boutique. The bugs clearly avoid Applejack's apples and go straight for the barn house. And it's at this point where we start to see the crazy side of Twilight Sparkle. And believe me, we'll probably be seeing more of that when we get to Lesson 0. Anyways, Just when it looks like all hope is lost for our heroes, in comes Pinky, dressed up like a one-man band, ready to lead the bugs out of the village like Pied Piper with the rats. It happens! Anyways, Princess Celestia decides to visit, and then she sees the bugs, thinks that it's a parade, but decides not to stay because apparently there is another infestation in Philadelphia. I'm not joking. There's actually a place in Equestria named Philadelphia. Anyways, we come to the moral of the story now, which is pretty much along the lines of help can come from the most unexpected place, and you should listen to your friends' advice even if they are weird, if they have weird advice. And then, that's not where the episode ends. But instead, the episode ends with the ponies returning to Ponyville to see that they still have a mess to clean up, and Pinkie Pie gives the best exiting line for the show. Not really a line, but using the trombone to do a little wah 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 wah. And that's Swarm of the Century. Is it a predictable plot? Yes. Is it a bad episode? No. Everybody's in character, everybody's written well, so it goes off without a hitch. So that's pretty much what I've got for the episode. I do want to add one more thing. Yeah, this Applejack plushie is definitely very perfect looking, but she's still missing one thing. A hat. So I'm asking you out there, YouTube, if you have any instructions for how to make a hat, whether it be you make a video yourself and post a video response, or if you've got a link to maybe an Instructables thing, or anything out there, just send me a link in the comments below. And, as always, tune in for the next episode, and until then, this is the Gorillaz Fan, signing out.